One story that's caught the imagination this morning, got a lot of people texting in, is the story about Parkin. We, of course, are following up on this one. Parkin deploying smart parking at several new Spinneys and Waitrose destinations. That's prompted a bit of a conversation from a number of our listeners about all things parking, not just Parkin. Thanks very much indeed to Andy, who got in touch early doors. We've also had Vince get in touch this morning saying there is a parking spot down in Sport City which charges 20 dirhams per hour or part of hour when you enter directly, charged to Salek. So that is one of them. And another one coming through from a number of our other listeners, just talking about the cost of parking. Brandy, you've been following up on this?
Yeah, I have indeed. Our responsive executive of the award this morning for the morning goes to Tom Harvey, the commercial boss at Spinneys, because we messaged him about 20 minutes ago to say, hey, lots of people are asking questions about the parking that they're bringing in at half a dozen Spinneys and Waitrose. So he said, fine, would you like to speak to me this morning? This is behaviour that we approve of. So that's what they're doing. They're bringing in paid parking at 6 locations, 6 different supermarkets. Tom, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Absolute pleasure. Good morning again.
Tell us how this is going to work then.
Well, look, I think the first thing to say, this isn't actually really new news for us. So there have been a number of our stores where we've actually already had sort of barrier-controlled parking for many, many years. But we are rolling that out in a new partnership with Parkin to 6 locations, both Spinneys and Waitrose stores across Dubai. So the stores that we're going to be putting this into is the Spinneys on Trade Centre Road in Karama, the Spinneys where I am right now underneath my office in Maidan, and then also we've got it going into our Spinneys branch in Motor City, and then finally into Spinneys in Msakin. Then on the Waitrose side, it's the Waitrose branch on Al Thania and also the Waitrose branch at the other end of Motor City. And really, look, this is about just making sure that the stores we have in our communities are there to serve the communities that we're working in. We are really, really fortunate that a lot of these centres that we operate are very popular, both because people are coming to our stores, but also we've got other ancillary services, the restaurants, the hairdressers, some of the other shops that are in there. And we want to make sure that these centres are available for the people that are coming to use the centres, whether they're shopping with us or whether they're going in and having a bite to eat in one of the restaurants or having their hair cut, whatever it is. But they're using the facilities and not just trying to take advantage of some free parking. But what it's going to mean is, in very simple terms, anybody who's using these facilities, you've got 2 hours free. It'll all be done very seamlessly through the Parkin app. So just in the same way as anybody who goes and shops in the Waitrose at Dubai Mall, you go in there, the parking there is already controlled by Parkin. You go in, you do your shopping, you come out. If you've done it within the allocated time, it's a completely seamless experience, and you don't even have to intervene and get a parking ticket or anything like that. It should be really, really straightforward and make life for customers that are using our centres just that little bit easier and hopefully a little bit less congested at the times when they want to shop with us or use the other facilities in the centre.
What are the rates after those 2 hours, Tom?
So the rates are going to be controlled by Parkin, so I haven't got the information on that, but it'll be in line with how Parkin does their charging across the rest of Dubai.
Were you having issues with people leaving their cars at those locations and disappearing for hours or even the whole working day?
Look, there's certainly times with some of the stores where we do see significant congestion, and it appears from sort of the anecdotal information we get from the store managers that, yeah, some people are parking and they're not using our facilities. They are going off somewhere else. So look, we all know Dubai is becoming a more and more congested city. It's right for us and it's right for our customers to make sure that we're making sure that the facilities are available for customers who want to use our facilities, not people who are just taking advantage of what looks like a free parking spot.
What does it mean for the businesses around you, though? I mean, if I take Waitrose Motor City, which I'm not unfamiliar with. You've got a bookshop in there, you've got a cafe, you have a popular noodle restaurant. So if I want to have a bowl of ramen as well as a shop, hang out, have a coffee, do I get more than 2 hours if I'm shopping somewhere else? Because presumably they want me there for more than 2 hours.
So I think, Brandy, the sort of facilities we've got are still very much in the, I guess we'll call it the casual dining. It's more cafe or a quick bite to eat. We're not talking about the sort of restaurants where people are going to go and have a 4 or 5 hour long lunch or very, very extensive tasting menus. So we expect that whether they're coming in to do the shopping with us or use the facilities, or even use both, 2 hours should be more than adequate time for people to use all of the facilities and enjoy them with less congestion in the car park than we've experienced at the moment.
I don't know, I might be up for a lime tree tasting menu. You are a listed company, though. So is Parkin. How does the tie-up between you work in terms of who gets the money if I stay for longer than 2 hours? And is there an opportunity for profit here? Are your shareholders going to be happy with this?
Well, look, the objective of this is not to be making substantial amounts of money. We do that through our supermarkets, and we do that through the tenancy deals we have with the ancillary shops that work in our centres. If customers are staying more than 2 hours, yes, there is a revenue share model. I'm not going to get into the specifics of what the splits are, but this isn't really about trying to profiteer. This is about making sure that the people who want to use our facilities can use them when they want and can get access to parking at the time that they want, and making sure that we're providing the services for all of the customers who want to use all the facilities in our centres.
Could we see this across more supermarkets to come, or have you looked at the areas that have the most congestion, the most traffic flow, and the others are fine?
Yeah, look, I think the stores that we've picked are 6 that are particularly affected. But I want to emphasise the point again. Several of these stores, we already have controlled parking in place. So Trade Centre Road, you have to get a ticket, you go through the barrier, and the same at Motor City, Spinneys Motor City. And at the end of that, you then need to show your shopping, hand your ticket in and get it stamped and then put it through the barrier. So Parkin will actually make this a far more seamless experience than it is in some of those stores at the moment. Could it come to more stores? Well, yes, we are going to monitor this and see what the impact is and whether it does help our customers. And there are other stores where we observe there are periods of the day where there's congestion. So if this is successful for our customers primarily, then it is something we would look to move to other centres, depending on the success of this first stage.
The commercial boss for Spinneys, Tom Harvey, very, very conveniently hopping on the phone to us, very short notice. We appreciate your time this morning. Spinneys and Waitrose, paid parking coming in at 6 locations. Thank you very much for your time this morning.